What happened, Mike? Thing went out. You sons of bitches. What's this on? Yeah. Alright. Guess my fan went out. And I would plug it in, but I'm plugging in right now my Kindle. I gotta charge that up because this afternoon I plan on. It's gonna start raining soon, and I plan on curling up in bed, curling all up under the covers, and reading. I suggest you do the same. People. All right. There, Shelly. Yeah, I got up like 10:15 because I was up. I don't know 37 times last night in hitting the bathroom. My stomach was a freaking mess. I probably lost 15 pounds last night. But once you got me the Imodium, then I finally fell asleep and I slept for several hours. But I am exhausted. I had grilled cheese for lunch. wasn't even wasn't even that I was hungry. My stomach was making noises, and I was like, I better eat something. So I did a grilled cheese sandwich. My goal is to get some writing in. I got 2,500 words in yesterday, so I doubt I'll get that today. But any words is better than no words. I get up at 7 and help Lynn load up her car, and we both left about 8:15. I saw the picture of the two of you in the driveway. Very cool. Very cool. I did not take anything out for dinner tonight, just so you know. I will if you want me to, but the thought of food disgusts me. I'm disgusted. So I probably will not do that. It should. It looks like it should be raining here soon. It's supposed to rain this afternoon. It is very cloudy. Rain coming in about an hour, according to my computer. According to my AI robot. That's fine. Taking mom to the doctor at 3:30. Not sure when I'll be home. Also, I am super tired. I want to be in bed early tonight. Sounds good. Yeah, don't be out too late today because this is the last day I'm gonna see you for like a week. So don't spend your whole day over there. Drop her off and be like, I'll see you tomorrow and for the next 10 days. I got a husband. I got a husband I gotta go sit on the couch with and watch television shows. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna get some writing in. Hopefully, other people will join me. Won't be late, but it will be after 5 for sure. Not a problem. My goal is, like I said, to do this for like the next hour, and then probably take a nap, get a little reading in, and then take a nap, and then get up. And I got a lot of just dumb emails and things like that to do. So I'll do that until you get home. And then we'll decide on dinner or if we're even gonna have dinner tonight. I don't know. I just don't know. There's Nick Zinn. Welcome in, Nicholas. As I ask every time you come in, Nick, are you working today? Are you doing photography? Are you doing deliveries? Are you delivering photography? There's how you got to do it. Photo Hub or Grub Photo. Your own business. You're welcome. There's Mr. Frank. I was wondering if Mr. Frank was going to join us or keep sending me messages on our text, private text thing. Sometimes Frank forgets that, hey, we're multitasking here, buddies. So welcome in, welcome in. I get a little bit of writing in, probably on a few different projects. My goal, obvious goal would be to get a couple of pages done. Yesterday, I'll tell you all the Lynn Hansen stories once we get a couple, three more people in. It was a good weekend. I'm not working today. My car's under guard. My car's under guard. It's not under guard. Like people aren't currently watching it. Armed men watching your car. Under guard broke off last week from driving through a large puddle, so no food delivery until that is fixed. And you can't fix it because you don't have the money because you got to deliver food. That's how life works. Catch-22. I need stories from Lynn Hansen weekend. You will get them, but, calm down. We just started. We've been in 7 minutes. We only got like 4 people in the thing, and only three of you is talking. So we'll get there, Frank. We'll get there, Frank. We got all day. What else are you doing? All right. Nick says I have the Hulu Bon Jovi doc going on right now. Dude, don't do 2 things at once. That is total focus. You watch the Bon Jovi thing, total focus. Don't have it like background stuff. That's not fair. That's not fair to me, and it's not fair to John. The only reason I stopped texting you was so you didn't have to type out Lynn Hansen stories. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. All right, so that goes away. So now we're on to the next chapter of this book, which as you can see, I've already started. Lynn Jovi, yes. I found out he's from New Jersey. Bet you didn't know that. What part of New Jersey? I had no idea. I figured Bon Jovi, I figured those guys were probably from Minnesota. They just seem like Minnesota guys. I think the fancy part, that might be... There's so many fancy parts in New Jersey, though. Really, wherever Frank Edler, whatever parts Frank Edler lives, is usually the fancier one. So he can maybe somewhere around where Frank is. Who can say? Did you know Wanted Dead or Alive is about Chuck Buda? Yeah, obviously, if you've even not even if you've even heard the song, if you just know that there is a song, you know it's about Chuck. Process of elimination. I mean, Amanda Ward is a close second that it could be about her. I had a couple more followers in the last couple of days, but I'm not sure. I've never heard from them, so I don't know if they're real or if they're just. You get a lot of like drive by. Like 4 or 5 people will follow you, and they never say anything, and then I don't follow them back, and then they drop off because they're just looking. I'm gonna follow you. You're gonna follow me, and then I'm gonna stop following you for whatever reason. My subscription thing is good. My goal is to get another 4 subscribers, just so everybody knows. You Give Love a Bad Name is about Mr. Frank. Ain't that the truth? Ugh. So my goal is to write a couple hundred more words on this story here, which will probably get me to the next page. Left a bad taste in his mouth. That I think that's wrong. Fun fact: John Bon Jovi rides a horse made of steel in the Shocker trilogy. I believe he does. I always thought it was a stolen horse, like steel horse I ride. You know what? You got an argument there, Nick. Basically, the Shocker books are just a bunch of rock stars riding things. Yeah, pretty much. You know, wasps and steel horses. Next thing you'll say, someone wrote a giant wasp. See? Everyone's on the same page. Let's start pushing those books again. See if we actually get some sales. I mean, I doubt we will, but one of the few things that I kept up there. Did anyone ride a giant scorpion or rat? I don't know. Why don't you read the books? I think Tom Kiefer eats a cheesesteak in Philly. I did write that part. I am very proud of that part, that Tom Kiefer ate a cheesesteak in Philadelphia. I mean, right there, that's brilliance. You know what I'm saying? That's writing. That's like up there with some of those Hemingway or what's that other guy? Mark Twain, that guy. Some of that stuff. It's Shakespearean, really. Tom says was going to be in sooner, but I stopped in the middle of my run for a smoke break. I see what you did there. That for those who don't know, we're not going to explain it, But that was really funny. I read that part, a couple other parts, and I laughed this week. Like you were the dude from Breakfast Club, and I don't need the jock or the nerd. That'll get you kicked off the cross country team. Yeah. Funny stuff. Funny stuff. Since Tom's here, I'll tell you some Lynn Hansen tidbits. So yes, she came in like about 9 o'clock on Saturday night, and my wife was out with her mom and her aunt and her sister for an early Mother's Day dinner. So it was me and Lynn, and we got naked. No, and we hung out and just talked, caught up. What have you been doing? Blah blah blah. Shelly came home. We talked till like 1 o'clock in the morning. Everybody goes to bed, but I said, "Listen, Lynn, son," because she was only supposed to stay the one day, but then her plans fell through for Sunday. She's like, "Can I stay Saturday and Sunday?" And we were like, "Yeah, sure, no problem. You can stay in Frank Edler's room." So then on Sunday, she's like, "I got a lot of covers I got to put together. I got a lot of work to do." And I said, "Well, we're going to go down to Daytona. We're going to go pick up my mom. And it's Mother's Day. We're going to go to the River Grill, which is a really good seafood restaurant right on the river. Tom, don't worry. You can see the water from anywhere you sit in there, so you know the seafood's good." And originally she was like, "Nah, I'll just, if you don't mind, I'll just stay. I got work to do." I was like, "All right, you're more than welcome." And my mom wanted to meet you, but whatever. And then like 5 minutes before we're going to leave, she's just sitting at the table. And Shelly's in the room getting dressed. I'm ready to go. And she was like, "Can I go?" And I said, "Yeah, I asked you to go." She's like, "Give me 5 minutes." And she went and she got dressed, which is good. So we went down and I said, "Listen," because she's like, "Are you going to work later?" And I said, "Yes." I had no intention of working. She said, "All right, as long as you promise we're both going to work when we get home." And I said, "Yeah, we're not going to be long. It was like 10:30 in the morning we left." So we go pick up my mom. My son was there. My daughter and her boyfriend was there. We went to River Grill, and it was delicious. Lynn was very happy. She got to meet my wacky family and all the dumb things that they say or we say to each other. And then it's like 3:30, 4 o'clock. I'm like, "All right, we got to go." So we drove home, and then I looked back, and Lynn was passed out with her mouth wide open, which is funny. And me and Shelly were talking quietly, and then every now and then, Lynn would wake up. She goes, You don't have to whisper." Well, I'm like, "Well, we're talking about you, so we got it. We got to whisper." And then we stopped at Dunkin' because I wanted a cold brew because I was tired. I was exhausted. "Lynn, do you want anything?" She's like, "Yes, I want an apple watermelon donut," I think is what she asked for. And I'm like, "What the hell is that?" And I look on the menu, and it's like this bright pink donut, like glow in the dark donut. I know it was watermelon, but they were out of them, so she didn't get it. And then when we got home, my wife's like, "Well, I don't have to work, so I'm going to take a nap." So she went and took a nap. And then I ended up writing like 2,500 words yesterday. Lynn was in the. It does sound like it looked like a Simpsons donut too. The picture. So then Lynn was doing some covers. She was doing a cover for BK, and a couple of other different projects. So she was in the dining room doing that. I was in here and I wrote. I put my headphones on. I listened to some Bowling for Soup for a while. And I was getting really tired. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to write on 3 different things. I'm going to get like... This is the funny part. I said to her, I was like, "All right, my goal is 2 pages." And she's like, "That's it?" And like she guilted me into like, okay, I got to write more than 2 pages. Which I was fine with. And I ended up writing like 5 pages. It's like, like 3,000 words. Almost 3,000 words yesterday. But I finished that, and now it's like I'm in here for like an hour and a half writing, listening to music, and I get up to go to the bed. I'm exhausted. I get to go to the bathroom, and I realize she's not even in the dining room anymore. Her laptop's packed up. Uh, Frank Edler's door is closed. I'm like, son of a bitch, she went and took a nap. So I'm like, guess what? I'm going to take a nap. So I went in and took a nap. Then my wife finally awoke at like 8 o'clock from her nap. Then Lynn came out, and then my wife and Lynn went and took a walk. And then we said, so she had Gideon cookies. I think they're in Orlando. Yeah, they're in Orlando. And they're these giant, and I've gotten like similar ones before. Yeah, thankfully Peter Marsh is finally here. The cookies are like 2 pounds. They're like this friggin' big. And there was like 5 different kinds. And if you follow Lynn online, you'll see the cookies and the different flavors. But they were all very, very good. So we cut them in thirds. Lynn was very specific on how to cut them, though, so everybody got equal sharing. And then we sampled the cookies, and then we critiqued them. Mr. Frank saw the pics. So everybody else is good. And then those were delicious. And then at like midnight, I'm like, I'm going to bed. And she's like, well, I'm driving to New Orleans tomorrow, so I'm going to leave early. I said, well, then say goodbye now, because I'm not getting up at like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning for you. They did appear as described. You're right. They tasted as described as well. So I said my goodbyes. Apparently she got up at 7 something this morning. And I spent most of my night on and off in the bathroom. Not because of the cookies. Just because I think just my stomach. And I ate a lot of seafood. And it was fried. And I probably should not have gotten fried. I should have either done Cajun or grilled. And I knew it. I knew it. Anyway. So I was in the bathroom like half the night, and then my wife, when she got up this morning, I was like, "Can you go get me the Imodium so I don't shit myself?" And then apparently about 8 o'clock, 8:15, my wife left for work, and Lynn left for New Orleans, and she should be there probably in a couple hours. And so she spent the next 2 days there. She did not finish BK's cover, but she was working on it, and she finished a couple other things. And the good part is then she contacted some people, and she got finished a couple projects and got paid on them, which was always, that's got to be nice. So it was fun having her here. I picked her brain about filmmaking, about a lot of other things, and it was good. I was glad she was here. We had a good positive time. We talked about stuff. We talked about, divorce, and we talked about life goes on and crap like that. And I think it was good. So she's on her way. She's got 18 days to get to San Diego, I think, for StokerCon. So she's moving across the country, staying with people. So it was pretty good. It was pretty cool. I was glad she was here. I told her, on your way back, if you need some place to crash, let us know. Let us know. So tomorrow, my sister-in-law flies back to Dallas. She's getting the house stuff. They're finally working with her to get her house cleaned and fixed. Who knows how long that's going to take. The house is like a couple $100,000 worth of damage. It's ridiculous. But she leaves tomorrow afternoon, and then she's gone for like a week, which means my wife will be gone for like a week, which sucks. There's Amanda Ward. So for the next week, I'm on my own again, which is not good. Not good at all. I'm seeing if I got anything coming up. No, I do not have anything coming up, which is, I guess, is just good, right? So that's that. And then I think she's back for a week, and I think then she leaves again or something. Something ridiculous. Like, basically, I won't see my wife. So I feel like what's going to happen is eventually her sister is going to get her house fixed in Texas and say, I got to move back to Texas. And then, which is fine, but then we got to fight her mom to get her mom to move in here. And that's going to be a lot of not fun. But one day at a time, right? One day at a time, sweet Jesus. So there you go. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope everybody got some writing in, some work in, some things in. I'm starting to catch up a little bit, and I just realized, you know what? Fight through, and get some writing in, and I feel better about things. You know, the depression, all the other garbage that really doesn't mean anything when you look at it. So there you go. So that was my weekend. Free story for all. And again, I just want to write a little bit more on this story, and I might jump to something else, or I might just say, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm going to take a nap. It's going to rain. Good stuff. Thank you, Mr. Frank. I appreciate coming from you. That really means a lot. It also means now that I'm not going to be able to watch a lot of things because my wife won't be here. So there's like the Bon Jovi documentary you can't watch. The baby reindeer thing we can't watch. I'm not going to watch those without her. So it is raining here in Texas. That is insane. That rain will be coming over to us within the hour. So it will be raining here as well. Saturday, I forgot to tell you, Saturday before Lynn came, I did that River City Writers Group. I did that meeting, and it was packed with like 24 people. So most people they'd probably ever had, all because of me. And Michael O'Connell was there, old Mike. And that guy Ben, who's Thick Arrow, he was there. Chad Hoey in the house, too. Thank you, Chad. I was getting a little parched. Delicious coffee. Yeah, Ben was there, and he hung out. A bunch of people hung out. And it was about, I'm a pantser, and the lady who runs the group is a plotter. And she's written 2 books that have not been released. Maybe will never be released. Who knows? One of those. And she's like, all right, well, you start. So basically we had like an hour and a half or something. I talked for like an hour. But here's the thing. I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm actually making money doing this. And yeah, there he is. See? Thick Arrow. So he was there Saturday. So as I'm talking on Saturday at this group, I'm thinking, I'm talking way too much, but I don't care because selfishly, I know they're there for me. Selfishly, I know that I'm going to bring more to this conversation than she is. Maybe that's arrogant. Maybe that's mean. I don't care. But I just talked about the movie stuff. I talked about a bunch of different stuff. See, he enjoyed my talk at the event. So I went like an hour before she cut me off. And she had like a PowerPoint and all this stuff. She's like, oh, do you have any of that? I'm like, no. And her husband was there, and her husband's like, you know, she's been thinking about this for like, I don't know, 6 months. She's been putting this presentation together. And I'm like, I literally pulled into the parking lot of the library, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing here? Oh, I got this presentation thing. Okay. And I went inside. I said, I don't need slides and all that. I just want to talk and answer questions. And I had a lot of really good questions coming at me, which is good. And then she did her PowerPoint, reading off the screen. And then she's probably a little annoyed that I talked so long, but I'm like, I don't care. I think off the cuff talks are better anyway. Yeah, it was much better. Did anyone ask about the plot of Socks? Surprisingly, no. I agree. That's basically the only visual you need to show the difference between the two. Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, I'm a pantser, and I'm just going to pants this whole thing. You're a plotter. You have to set this whole thing up. But basically, her PowerPoint was all about her book and all the things she did for her one book that she's written in the last 10 years. Someone paying to listen to you talk for an hour? Who would do that? A lot of people would do that, my friend. A lot of people. $10,000 they paid me. They didn't pay me a dime. I just enjoyed talking about myself. So it was really self promo. Yeah, her one was totally self promo. Mine was self promo, but I knew it was going to be some self promo. But seriously, though, I was answering questions. There was a guy there that just retired, and he wanted to start writing, and he had a bunch of questions, and he was asking questions. There was another dude that was his first time. So it was like 3 or 4 people that was their first time there, which is neat. And so it was good, and answered a bunch of questions. So the funny part was at the end when she was done, I don't think anybody really had any real questions for her. And then I get a couple more questions, and then she basically was like, "All right, well, we're done." Then I hung out and talked to a couple of other people for a little bit, and then I went home. But I thought it went well. The next time I'm talking in group is the Clay County Writers Group. They will be here on the Saturday of MondoCon. The meeting will be here at my house, which makes it nice and convenient for us. Don't that I saw. So on Clay County Writers Group will be here again on that August 2nd or whatever it is. There's Mr. Frank. I was like, yeah, I'm not going all the way to your house for your 5 people. I got like a dozen people here. You're coming here. And he's like, are you sure? I said, yeah, I'll have coffee. But it's 10 to 12. At 12 o'clock, all you people got to leave because we got work to do. But really, we got lunch to do. And I don't want them all hanging out and having lunch with us. I got stuck across town, so I couldn't make it. Yeah, Amanda's like, oh, I'm too busy for you. No. Maybe someday you'll come and support me. That'll be cool, Amanda. I guess I need to bring extra copies of socks. You should definitely, because I'm sure Claudia will be here, you should definitely bring her a copy of socks and blow her freaking mind. I'm apparently now the it person for the IT person, or the it person for the other group. You keep getting suckered more and more deeper into this other group, Amanda. But I love the story, so keep it going. Keep being abused by them because I want to hear the stories. There was a woman that showed up that used to go to lunch with us, and then we changed the lunch day because she was annoying and negative, and she kept bringing up stuff about, have you done this course for $899? I'm like, no, I don't. Why would I spend money on that? All those snake oil salesman courses. I'm not interested in any of that. And she'd always tries to sell you on stuff, and I'm like, do you have a vested interest in this, or you want to see other people also piss your money away? She showed up and she sat down right next to me. And then she kept making negative comments while Claudia was doing her presentation. And I'm thinking, it feels like I'm back in school and you're the asshole next to me I don't want to sit next to. And you're going to just keep making comments. And then at the end, luckily she didn't say, hey, when are we going to lunch? Because she's like, you've been busy? I said, I'm just super crazy busy. I'm thinking, I'm so busy, I will never have lunch with you. And I ended up driving the speaker after. Really? Yeah, they're really abusing you. Frank says, how are you supposed to write a book if you don't take expensive courses? Apparently, yeah, apparently. Does she get commission? I don't know. It would make sense if she got commission. Yeah, that was her. I guess I brought her up a couple of times, yeah. Did you invite her to lunch again? No, Amanda, I did not. I'm dumb, but I'm not that dumb. If I had known that, I would have interjected. No, all you're going to do is you're going to add to it. I was trying to, she supposedly ghost written stuff as I was talking about ghost writing stuff. She's nodding along and going, shut up. Nobody's here for you. Nobody's paying you $10,000 to sit here. They're paying me $100,000. Shut up. She was also kind of hanging out at the end, and I'm like, luckily somebody else came up and I started talking to them, and then she walked away. She was kind of annoying. I'm going to teach the Duffy method, which is basically walking into a library and telling everyone you wrote a book titled Socks. Pretty much. You know what? That's how you sell books. Right there. That's how you sell books. Oh, I guess on Saturday I need to see if I can get a table for AuthorCon. I'm really hoping Joe sends me a message at some point and says, don't worry about it. I've covered you the last couple of years. I'll cover you again. I had never even paid for that AuthorCon table from last year. You know, and I'm a celebrity though. I mean, I'm worth it. I'm worth giving a table to. Ah, good times. Good times. So there you are. So am I confident I'm going to get more writing in now? Classic Joe. Crazy Joe Rebel. Yeah, it looks like it's going to rain. Ben, is it raining over on your side of town? Amanda, on your side of town? We know it's raining in Texas. Peter Marsh had to throw that in our faces. Tom, this week, starting tomorrow all the way through, I'm here by myself. So if you want to get a phone call in, I think we could both use it. It's only threatening to rain so far. Years ago, I read a book, believe it or not. And the opening line of the book was, "The promise of rain had been met." It was a thriller book. And I don't know why that line stuck with me. I really liked that line. In fact, I used it in a story once, at the beginning of a chapter. The promise of rain had been met. Very, very poetic. I don't think it's raining in St. Augustine, but I haven't been outside in a few hours. Next, Peter will want me to deliver him a large order of fries so he doesn't have to get wet. Yeah, the rain is bigger in Texas. Exactly. They have that great steakhouse in Texas Roadhouse. I take some roadkill fries from In-N-Out Burger. It is good. I only had In-N-Out Burger once when we went to California, because we don't have them here. I was going to say it sounds familiar, that line. Yeah, it's because I stole it from another book from years ago. They're also called animal fries. The promise of a Lime Street has been met. Exactly. I want to remind everybody to resubscribe or subscribe to my Twitch. I appreciate that, and also follow me on the YouTube. All of these episodes drop there later on in the afternoon, and there's also a bunch of other stuff. There's a bunch of 5-minute videos, walk and talk, where I answer a viewer question, which is usually Peter Marsh at this point, because everybody else is lazy. Double animal stuff. I think you're thinking of a Bloodhound Gang lyric there. I think that's a different thing. When's the last time anybody listened to Bloodhound Gang? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to listen to them tomorrow. I don't know. I'm going to try to write a couple 3 lines here. Then I think I'm wrapping this crap up. The promise of a hoey had fallen short. What were they? Exactly, Mr. Frank. I didn't hear what you were saying for like 3 minutes. I don't know, maybe subscribe. Hey, what now? Hey, don't make fun of Chet Hoey. Because a coworker of mine has a special dance party button that starts blasting club music. Well, that seems like a real jerk to work with. A real jerk. Next page, Mr. Frank. Next page. You have no idea. Why do people do that? It's like that guy at AuthorCon. He would come to Scares, and on Friday before the rooms were open, he would always play music, very loud, and it was not good music. I'm like, dude, really, seriously? We're in the 2020s here, and you're playing Blue Oyster Cult and Jimi Hendrix and Zeppelin, and you're all these boring 70s, and it's all the hits, it's all their big hits. Oh, Led Zeppelin's on. It's got to be Stairway to Heaven. Oh, Don't Fear the Reaper's got to be on. And sometimes he would play during when we were open. He would have the radio on, and then I would be one of the old men who complain. I would say, "Hey, Jake, that dude's got to turn the fucking radio. I can't hear anything. All I'm hearing is I'm trying to sell books. I can't sell books because his radio is so loud." And then Jake will go over and he'll turn it off, which is nice. The promise of club music had been met. I was too busy getting soapy when wet and missed the next page. See what you did there, Nick. Don't Fear the Reaper. Yeah. Listen, Blue Oyster Cult is an awful, awful band. That's all I'm going to say. Here's the 15-minute live version of Taking Care of Business. Yeah, right, exactly. That's what we got to... Oh, good. He's going to play the entire Frampton Comes Alive album now. I'm like... And the dude is like... He looks like he's maybe 35. I'm like, why are we playing music that you weren't... I don't even think you were born when this stuff came out. Like, who are you trying to impress? Just play what you really listen to. Play some emo and shut up. It was a wet carpet, exactly. People just... I don't know, people suck. So there you go. I'm now out of coffee. That can't be good. All right, I think I'm going to wrap this up. I'm exhausted. I don't know why. Lynn Hanson just wiped me out this weekend, I guess. I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out with me. Had a great time, as usual. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow. I will not be on tomorrow because I got an S.A. Cosby is being interviewed at the International Thriller Writers at 1 p.m. So I will be watching that. Now, there is a small chance that I might do something afterwards. Also, for those who want to know, Dirty Deeds 3, starting tomorrow through the 18th, will be free on Amazon if you want to grab a copy. If you've not read the Dirty Deeds series, you can get book 3 for free, and then hopefully buy 1 and 2. Here you go. Ooh, burping up grilled cheese sandwich. Not pleasant. All right, everybody. I'll talk to you later.